Okay, so the second question is, do you associate men who cry as weak? Be honest. This is, you have to be honest. You can't lie and don't try and sound too politically correct. Just be honest. Do you, if so, let's say your boyfriend, you guys are arguing and then he just like starts crying.
You can't do that.
Hello people. Hello people.
To lie to me about not replying my messages. I'm like, I don't care. I'm not replying yours.
Somebody that's just aggressive. She said she doesn't reply people's messages, so when they try to explain why they didn't reply her, she's like, I don't really give a anyway. Hey guys. Sorry, chaos. Today is my last day in Dubai. Trying to be cool. We are going for dinner in Dubai Mall, and then I want to get some stuff. But
in Dubai Mall, you don't need to say that.
Is there something wrong with this babe? Anyway, ooh, look, you guys are reflecting. This is dumb. Okay, so we're going to get stuff from the Dubai Mall.
No, from Dubai Mall.
Okay. What is it?
The pounds in Nigeria.
Okay, whatever. We're going to get something from Dubai Mall. It's very casual, no makeup, just chill.
Putting in our necklaces, and our earrings, and our ring. No,
oh my god, you put perfume.
Selling at every instance.
I feel like Dubai has been very, very, very good for my sanity, just because it helped me breathe from London and everything that's going on. I'm not actually looking forward to going back to London because I feel like London represents me being serious, me taking life seriously, etc, etc. So just being away has been so good, but it's also brought like hope in terms of all the things that we're going to achieve. We made goals today. We're going to keep each other accountable. So like, yeah, there's a lot of hope. Okay, we're going to cross the road now. Trapper crosses the road like as if her daddy made the road.
He did.
Okay, fair game. Trust the Christian to reply that.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Also, please look. My mom was asking.
Do you guys think? Will you guys pay 88 million to rent a building in Lagos? That's what, £112,000 a year for a building to rent. Where did they find the money? That's the price, yo. Tolapo, those goals, we have to hit them because things are happening. Not happening. But yeah, they've been happening. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Tumi and this is the Power Closet, a space for perspectives. And we're doing something a little bit different right now. See, this is Dolly. We're in the car, we're going to Dubai Mall. And I've decided that in the month of May and beyond, I'm going to be doing more perspective videos as opposed to just faith ones where we discuss all sorts of topics. So I'll usually start with like a question, and it's literally just a question to get someone's perspective on it. And we're starting off with our very own Dolly again. And my first question to her was, does she associate crying with weakness? So what are your comments?
No, I don't.
You don't? Do you want to?
I feel like I used to, but that was very weird.
Why did you used to?
I don't know. You know how they always say, oh, don't cry, you're not a baby.
Why in school?
In life, everyone knows that statement.
Don't cry, you're not a baby. But why?
I don't know.
Okay, now let's go a little bit deeper. Do I associate crying with you? I definitely don't.
Yeah, you don't, for sure.
Why do you say it for sure like that?
Just don't.
Yeah, I don't associate. I'm like a big believer in letting people express all of their emotions. And yeah, I'm like a strong believer in it. Okay, so the second question is, do you associate men who cry as weak? Be honest. This is, you have to be honest. You can't lie and don't try and sound too politically correct. Just be honest. Do you, if so, let's say your boyfriend, you guys are arguing and then he just like starts crying.
You can't do that.
What do you mean? You can't.
You said be honest.
Why can't he do that?
Because why are you crying? I don't. So I think it's not. I think it depends. This is like it depends kind of answer.
Okay.
It depends on if you're doing it very often. Like you can't just be arguing all the time and you're crying. It's kind of like it's just a bit like, why do you have to cry every single time we have an argument? Like, that's so okay, we're gonna argue like 100 times in a year, so you cry 100 times every time we argue. I just feel like that's a little bit like OTT personally. Like,
okay.
I don't cry every time I need to discuss, like,
okay,
right?
Okay, fair enough.
But then if it's like once off, like, I've definitely been on the call when a guy is crying and I was like, whoa. But the reason was weird.
She said, whoa. Wait, what do you mean, whoa?
The reason was different. But if like you're upset about something, like, cry for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Like, and the thing is that same guy, I've heard him cry and I do not think, oh, because like, the context is like, in life some things will make you cry and it's fair, but the reason that whoa was a different reason.
Okay. Okay, so
yeah, I think you can cry, but I just feel like also as human beings it's not really sustainable to like
cry or to bottle up.
No, you can cry, but every time you have an argument, if you're crying, that takes so much time. Like, just imagine. And the thing is, like, I can give an example, like at work and stuff like that. Every time they tell me something like my work is not good, I would cry when I first joined. But I just realized, like, okay, I'll use some time to cry. I'll use some time to have a headache. I'll need to take a break. Do you get what I mean? So at some point, I just had to like be like, it's actually like, that's your business, and like I'll continue. You get, like, it depends. You also need to be able to like take some comments with like a pinch of salt and like you know. But I understand some people are just naturally criers and they cry like every single time, and that's okay. But then I think it can be a bit manipulative if like you think the solution
is to
fight.
Okay.
Like,
I get you.
Because
I mean? There are some people that that's their strategy.
And you now feel bad and you're like, oh, you made this person cry and that kind of thing. And like, it's happened to me before, and I'm like, it's because I don't cry that you think that, or maybe the tone of my voice, like you think that it's not hurting me, but trust me, I'm crying inside. But I just maybe
why can't you cry out?
Maybe just no need to. Do you get what I mean? Like, compared to like why the person is crying and I'm like, you actually maybe hurt me more than I hurt you, but you know. But I understand the tear ducts are like it varies probably scientifically, I don't know.
Okay, that's a very interesting start to our conversation. I'm going to pause whilst I ponder on our next question, and the next way we're going to pivot from this. But Dolly, we love the honesty, guys. Please
be honest.
Yeah,
don't judge me.
No,
like,
why should anybody? It's to your perspective. This is a place for perspective. Exactly. Everybody is entitled.
Even if they judge anyway,
everyone is entitled to their own like perspective and their own opinion, and all we do here is just put out perspectives. But yeah, hello people. So we are now in Dubai Mall. We're trying to look for where are we going to eat. I don't know what she just said, but anyway, it's just like an Asian restaurant in Dubai Mall that's apparently really good. So we heard Dolly's perspective. She believes that
I feel like you can cry. I said you can cry.
He can cry, like,
for like, don't use it to manipulate me.
Yeah.
And then also it can't be every single time.
And which is, I know what you mean, like trying to have a conversation
and it's just like,
and you're just things like tears,
then end up not having a
conversation. Yeah, fair enough. So obviously, build tears, resilience. If you're a man, looking at a woman, oh my god. Yeah, I personally think, you know, express all your emotions to the fullest. I think it's very, very important that somebody does, but I do understand what she means. Crying as a form of like to be manipulative is so toxic. Like, why would you do that? It's just not beneficial for anybody, and it really erodes trust. Like, I will stop trusting you. It just builds like a huge barrier between you and I don't particularly, I'm not a huge fan of that. Any more comments? Dolly, have you found where we're going?
I'm trying to map this.
I don't know if you've ever been. Dubai Mall is so huge that you need a map to basically navigate where you're going. It's like,
so we're going this way. We're going through the soup.
Yeah. Hey, so Dolly and I are having an interesting conversation. I have another question for her. Now, are you excited? Drum roll. Oh, I've forgotten the question, but I'm gonna whip out my phone, my notes. How easy will you say how easy is it for you to apologize to someone? Do you struggle with apology? Really?
Okay. If I'm wrong, to be honest, if I'm not wrong.
But how do you know that you're wrong? Because you said if I'm wrong. You have moral, but then
I
the
have
other
Holy
person
Spirit
also.
as well.
Okay.
Like genuinely, like I'm quite like understanding. Like today when we had our discussion, I wasn't wrong. So there's no way I would say sorry. But I think most of the time, like it doesn't.
But then here's the thing, right?
It doesn't have to say sorry.
But saying sorry is not about you feeling like you're wrong. Have you ever read?
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I say sorry, like just so that peace can reign, especially in like my house. But when I also feel like the person should learn a lesson.
Jesus is Lord.
Ha!
That is what is a lesson for life. I'm helping them. Then I will say.
Guys, please, okay, please, this perspective, I'm going to put asterisks beside it. What do you mean you wait if you're trying to teach them a lesson that they're
Not
not
teach them a lesson, but like my brother or like somebody that I'm like, no, this is actually wrong. Like you shouldn't actually like behave like this. Like it's not fair and it's not proper because I can take it. Like my sister, I can take a lot of rubbish from her, but like it's not fair to do that to other people, right? I'm your family, I'm your close friend. I can take things. You get what I mean?
Okay,
So
okay, I understand what you mean, but do you agree that sometimes with apologies you may actually not see why the person is requiring an apology? So how do you feel about stuff like that? You used to say
I actually don't care.
we have an
Before it used to like before sorry was hard because of my mom, but now sorry. Today when I will talk about it, take 1 minute to say sorry.
Okay.
You know.
God is really doing a special thing in my young lady. Okay, I like that. Let's take a bit of an interesting turn. I know this one, I already know your answer. My eyes just saw it. Is it important for your partner to have money? She said, duh.
I'm working hard, work hard.
But what if you receive a prophecy that he will receive money in the future, but for like 15 years he won't have any?
I'll do it.
You do it 15 years.
I may wrestle with God.
Okay.
Well, I'll do it, but that's not what God has destined for my life. He knows what each person
can handle.
Like,
yeah.
He knows that like, okay, this person is able to handle this. So
that perfume.
Yeah.
It is smell nice though.
They left some incense out so that you can smell it. But yeah, that's kind of my
15 years.
Long,
15 is
like,
long though.
But like God, you know you're perfect. Like you know, like you have to also explain to me why I need to go through that for 15 years. Like I feel like he can. I don't think he has to explain himself. Sometimes he doesn't have to explain himself. But he knows what each person can handle. So
interesting.
If he knows I need an explanation to do it, then he'll give me that. But if he knows that by grace, by faith, I can do it by myself without that, then I'm sure we'll be okay, but I don't really see that in the future. So, these hypothetical questions.
I told you my eyes just looked at number 14 and that happened to be what I read. Wait, did we just go around? Okay, so guys, I kept it to 2 questions, which is the 2 questions were focused on crying and weakness, and then the wild card was just the one that my eye happened to catch. And literally I have a question bank that I'm just going to be going with different people that are just near me to keep the conversations going and to open up a place for perspectives. But the whole purpose of this is really to get you to think about what you think with respect to these questions, and if it is something very interesting, maybe dig a little bit deeper as to why you think that way. For example, we started off with, do you associate crying with being weak? I definitely don't. Like, absolutely not. I really love a man that is able to you're joking. I love a man that can articulate all his feelings to the T. And some people, there are actually some babes that will be like, no, I don't want to ever see you cry. But wait, okay, I have a question for you. How do you feel about like families? Because one thing that I noticed was like, you have a lot of homes where the guy will be like, I never saw my dad cry,
so I don't cry.
Yeah, so I don't cry. There are a lot of
articulate
mishap their feelings.
I can give you facts, so you
can give you
facts. Okay, in terms of like having a discussion,
yeah,
so I would love to be able to like, oh my god, we don't be like making everything a big deal, but like let's engage in conversation like when you get it, you know, like, and I will try and like at least do my own part, because obviously a lot of people.
Oh my god, the shoes. Yeah, because I feel like for me, one thing why I want, obviously I get what you mean. I don't want to I don't necessarily want somebody that is a waterworks, like always moping or crying and stuff, because it's exhausting. But I don't want that to be the narrative that my son says. I never saw my dad cry, so I don't cry, because he then like associates associates the art of crying with being weak, and with it being like it's not masculine energy if it does that, and I do not agree with that. Like, I know guys that are very, very, very masculine and they do cry. Okay guys, I was going to keep chatting with you and keep asking Dolly questions, but I think we're going to have to leave this to another day. What do you think? Or do you want to answer one more question? Okay, one more question. Is that a no?
For now.
Okay, so we're gonna keep this really brief. Thanks Dolly for no, she's not wicked, she's very sweet. Thanks Dolly for agreeing to do our second, because you did our first conversation video, our second conversation video where we give interesting perspectives on different questions that I throw the person's way, and more coming soon. Guys, we're picking out on Asian paper. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, etc, etc. Bye.